We got some outlaw videoing going on while I'm playing some video games. Isn't that great? Well, let's talk about the COVID for a second. Yeah, we've heard it to death, which is true. We've all heard it to death. Let's take a look, though, at what the future holds for us, at least in the Jeff the Pharaoh, kind of commentary about it. And I think, I think the schools, they're going to shut them down permanently. I think places like amusement parks and stuff, they're done. Places like Magic Mountain and all that other stuff, they're going to get bulldozed, period. That's just the way it is. They're going to bulldoze those places. Knott's Berry Farm, close down, get bulldozed, make into a apartment center or something. Apartments. Places like restaurants are going to be very, very limited now. Like I said before, schools are going to all but disappear. Yeah, times has changed, man. Times has changed. If you actually look at it, parks. Can you imagine just going to a park and you're just standing there with a mask, walking your dog? That's some pretty crazy shit there. And
this is the part where you
yeah, so places like parks and stuff like that, all that stuff's going to be in the past. Everything is done. All of that stuff. So what will become of it? We'll be stuck in, no more clubs. Can't go to no more clubbing, sports bars. All those places will close down permanently. Looks like sports, they're going to continue to play in empty arenas. So sports is going to take a major hit, especially with merchandising. Buy your food while you're there at the stadium at outrageous prices, drinks, parking. All that stuff's going to be history. All that stuff is, no longer matters. It's all gone. Think about that. Can you imagine a world, at least here in the United States, you walk around with a mask on for the next 2 to 3 years, and profits from all the big industries sink into the toilet until eventually they bankrupt? It's quite possible. Let's take a look at the WWE, wrestling. They make their money mostly on the crowds and concession stands. But since there's no crowds and concession stands, oops, we're going to lose some of that revenue. Disneyland's going to take a hit. I'll bet you anything. I will bet you anything that Disneyland will sell off a bunch of stuff in order to keep from tanking completely. Because, no more, sorry about the hair thing, no more Disneyland, no more Walt Disney World, no more of those places making money, except for maybe Japan. All those crazy bastards might even still go to those places. But, those guys are taking a hit. And then the movie industry taking a hit. But, you can't sell those damn tickets. All you can do is just make the movies and then put them out on Netflix or whatever. See if they can get people to buy the shit. Really? Places like NASCAR. No crowds. Well, they've been losing crowds for years. But No crowds, no concession stands, no souvenirs, no food. You know, just like I said about all the other sports. So all those guys are going to take a damn hit. The schools, no more teachers. Now it's going to be virtual teachers, online. You know, but, you know, the colleges are going to take hits. What about all those music classes and stage acting and stage building and all that stuff? Gone. Completely gone. Can't have a class on how to build a wall and a door, you know, or a part of a stage for a stage production. That's all gone. All that's gone. Concerts. If everything from Lady Gaga to Ozzy Osbourne. How can you have a tour when nobody's allowed inside the goddamn stadium? So all those guys took a big hit. The only thing they can rely on is record sales. That's it. Record sales. That's all they can rely on. You know, I mean, my God. The pandemic is definitely changing the world. The world is definitely changing. And at least in the United States. So now, damn, excuse me, I still got the damn cough and I'm still recovering from it myself. I mean, look at the big picture, folks. Look at the big pictures. All those bands you wanted to see, can't see them. They closed down all those clubs like the famous Whiskey A Go-Go and all that other stuff because no one's allowed inside. What's going to happen to those landmark places like the Troubadour and the Whiskey A Go-Go out here in Hollywood and California? What's going to happen to those places? All those soldiers and sailors and Air Force personnel always have to wear a mask all the time. I bet that's going to suck ass. Well, you know. I mean, this is just something kind of a funny video to actually get a real good look at what's going to happen out there. The only places that's going to allow a lot of people in is hospitals and morgues. And China should be held responsible for it. They should. Cut off all trade to those assholes. Everything. And now they're pushing their luck by messing with the Navy and the Taiwanese Navy. So that's going to be interesting. You know, I wonder if ISIS wears masks. They probably don't, do they? Or the Syrian army. They probably don't wear masks. Taliban, do they wear masks? Probably not. You know, there's absolutely almost no information about those areas at all. Like in Afghanistan and Syria and fucking northern Iraq. Pretty funny. Anyway, so, and before I let you all go, think about car shows. All those guys with all their fancy old cars, including myself, sitting in driveways and garages, but no car shows to go to. No cruise nights, no trophies, no best of show. I wonder what all of us is going to do with their old classic cars. They're just going to sit. Mine's sitting. That 73 Comet I have, the green one, it's sitting. Once a week I fire it up to make sure that all the juices are flowing. Other than that, can't drive it around. I mean, I can with a mask on. People can go, ooh, look at that old car as it goes by. But I used to do car shows and Van Nuys cruise nights. Can't even do that. So all of you fancy old guys are just going to have all those cars sitting, doing nothing, because there's no more shows. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going on 10 minutes, and this is Jeff the Pharaoh. And you already heard my YouTube throwdown from the previous videos and the Q&As and all that stuff. But this right here is kind of to reflect on what the COVID is doing to our society and how it's changing the world. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Jeff the Pharaoh going, hooah.